This is a little business I started with two partners. One of my partners and I, we owned a boat together, and his friend was Larry Turner, who worked for Carl's Juniors as the purchasing manager. So Carl or Larry, he dropped out of the group first, and then Ron dropped out. Well, I'd gone too far, so I just went ahead with it, and very difficult. First month, I ran out of meat all the time. So I bought another refrigerator and another one, and finally got control, and things smoothed out. Boy, it was really good. That's awesome. I also had some women go to office buildings with baskets. They would buy food from me, and whatever they couldn't get rid of, I bought back from them. Good business. Loved it. Then this lady came by and made me an offer that I couldn't believe. Whew. Then one day I was at Lake Havasu, sitting on a friend's boat, and this guy come running up, and he saw this plumbing PVC stand for a jet ski. There was no jet ski on it, so he asked me, could he buy it? And then I go, well, would you pay me? He goes, I'll give you $100. And so I go, well, I don't own it, so obviously I didn't sell it. But I got together with a friend the following week, and we started a little business. I work for the bank. I have weekends off, go to jet ski races, and he would do this he worked nights at Levitt's, and he could do this during the daytime, so it was like cool. Then I obviously made some changes, and he found me a patio furniture manufacturer called the Patio Place in Santa Ana, California. We messed around with a couple of prototypes, and a lot of prototypes. And the biggest problem, the PVC, even patio furniture is too soft. I found a solution. High density polypropylene we put on the top of the plastic band. Again, sold it to my supplier, and because I kept selling to all over the world with shipping containers, and it was their container, but when they picked it up, I needed a cashier's check, and he liked that flow. So they bought it from me. But I'm still with the bank, and I never stop thinking around. Like with Escuela de Acero, I just can't stop. And I bought it back because we did an injection molding. You know, that mold was huge and really expensive to manufacture. But we got rid of 80% of our labor, gone, which is cost. And we found this company. They were brand new, making jet skis. He wanted to, basically his was a real high end, and because our costs were so low, he paid us a gazillion because he gave it away. And, then he folded. We tried to find the mold, and nobody could see where it was. Oh well. Move onward and upward. Down below there in the brochure, we were the very first ones at the beginning of the .com. There's ski.com. My friend from UCLA had a website, so it was in a dorm room too. Hey, technology, baby. So I found there's a couple of extra cars. There's a black Seville, beautiful car, and another one, big truck I forgot about. So here it goes. This is my two older beautiful sisters. This was their hand-me-down car, and their boyfriends fixed it up and lowered it, and black and roll, tuck and roll, all this cool stuff that any guy would do. I put on the hubcaps are mine. That's okay. I was like 15 and a half by the time I turned 16. My dad decided to buy a Chrysler D500, badass car, and he gave me his Plymouth. which was really nice. Didn't do too much to this car, but this car, the court said you got to turn the car in because too many tickets. So I lowered the front end. It's a torsion bar, so it's just a large nut. You just crank it, it goes up or down. Notice the chrome wheels. Everything on that car I could take off. I had these friends chrome it for me. It was a cool car. Then they would blow up. I would buy cars from friends that no longer needed them. And this was my cuckoo crazy over the summer project that just wouldn't stop. A neighbor, luckily I had it probably 80% done. He felt sorry for me and bought it and tricked it out, put big wheels on it, flared it, did some really cool things. Thank God that was done. Then my dad came in one morning and said, "Hey, you want to sell or trade your T-Bird for your Volkswagen?" Did I ever mention I was lucky? So, and my dad owned these cars. I didn't. I just worked, as kids do, and I'd get cars. and things like chroming. My dad would always pay for shit like that. He was just a good guy. That was my hobby. Most had plastic. I had big ones. I'm still in high school now. This is a senior year, and I've been talking to this old man. He loved to talk and about anything and everything. And I just kept talking about this car. So one day, my dad and him, they kicked me out of the garage, and my dad made a deal, and he sold the T-Bird for, God, twice as much as the Nomad. Chrome wheels, everything is chrome, and it was a nice car. And then I got drafted, went to Germany. My dad, I told him I needed money, so he sold the Nomad. I ordered another car, British racing green. The wheels are okay, but it didn't have disc brakes in the back, just the front. Just didn't like it. It wasn't sour taste, so I traded it in, plus a couple of more bucks, and bought a race car. Street legal, of course. Got everything licensed. I was a company clerk, by the way, when I was in Germany. So I got all the paperwork. That was nothing for me. That paperwork has always been, math has been my favorite subject. So I got her done, traveled across the United States. Life was good, and got married just a little after this. And I had to have a play toy, so in my garage, I built this. Had a Volkswagen, took the body off, cut it, welded together. Took about a year altogether. I don't know. Who knows? Toys. And then in the back there is a flat 6-cylinder turbocharged Corvair engine. It was cool. The dash was called a monkey pod, and I just put more varnish on that. I mean, it was like glass. Cool car. Very rich kid, and just got an inheritance. He came by, and he paid a whole lot of money for this. Oh well. I bought this because I got this other job, and this probably about the time making good money with home savings. I bought a new one. Had to get out there and have a nice car and call on realtors, and it's a start, but it was a good car. And it was just too small, so it didn't have any power. So I had a solution. Making good money, and I actually went to go look at a new Corvette, and the dealer said, "You can't afford this." I went across the street to the Ford dealer, and I made some salesman's day. I know that. It was expensive for the time. But then I got into real estate, starting at Home Savings. They had a lot of foreclosed properties, and we could sell them, so we got a license. And so on the side, I was doing everything. I was still with Home Savings, you know, working for them. But I was getting more serious in this. So I got some. I was getting more into real estate, and I was doing their loans as well. But realtors like to see you. Clients like to ride in nice, comfy cars, especially down in Huntington Beach, Newport Beach. You know, most of the beach properties. That's where I suppose. You know, why not? Then I bought this. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the Mercedes was getting some problems with it, so I just went and bought this. Didn't have it long. I bought this. You know, this was a sweet car. Good, more loans, not a lot of real estate. More just doing deals. But so I wasn't taking people with me. Less people. You know, more deals, just deals. And then I bought this piece of shit. I get on a freeway, behind me would be a cloud of white billowing smoke. Oh God, valve gone. So Larry, my friend, he sold me a white 300ZX. Probably saying to yourself, that's not white, Jack. Well, I did a lot of engine work. You know, I wanted to modify the engine. I might have put a turbo on it because another model of this had a turbo. So but I pulled the engine out, put new, I think a cam, and I had headers, and of course I had to put headers on with the turbo. But I painted the engine bay black, and then after the engine, all the work was done. I went and had the car painted black. Larry could not believe it. So I drove it for years. Loved that car, but getting in and out of it, mostly out of it, was getting a little old. And so I got pretty much the same car, just a little bit more luxurious. That's a Lexus, two-door. You know, it was nice. I didn't lower this. I liked the ride height that it had. Worked on the engine, did stuff like that. But you know, in 2015, 6 years, beautiful car, ran sweet. I gave it to my friend Hilda Hernandez. We did real estate with Larry in Las Vegas before I came here, and it was amazing. My California real estate license, my Las Vegas real estate license, and my life insurance license all expired in 2015. Gee, how does that happen? Well, let's take a look at the only house I ever had pictures of, because all the other ones are photographs, you know, and being divorced 3 times, carrying photographs is one of those things that gets tossed into the dumpster early on. Thousands. I love the photographs. I had a Nikon SLR, you know, with three lenses on it, all that stuff. So this was the house we built, or we purchased. This was our third one. I think we had a house and a condo, and then this one, and ugly color, and vines growing, and it was just ugly. So put on a new roof and painted it, plantations, over 100 Malibus. I had about 4 boxes, you know, of timers. And then here's the bookshelf. I had a contractor cut for me and label, and then I spent the weekend putting it together. and that's wool Berber carpeting we had made. Then here I had chimes. It played chimes. So my father-in-law, ex-father-in-law, he had to wire it because it had to play a motor for a song. And then there was an antique 20s or 30s radio with speakers in it. Really nice for the living room, you know. We have people over, or just. So waterfall. Wintertime, man, it was cold. There's Connie upstairs with the fireplace on. Each one of those shutters are individual. You can control them all just so you get the right lighting in there. Bedroom, you don't want them all. And that's also her office too. It was pretty nice. And then here's our beautiful brand new patio. 50-foot pool with cover, dog yard on the right, nice blooming jasmine and also garlic plant, just in case. And I had temperature and also a clock. So when I was swimming, I could see how long I've been swimming. Great swimming pool. And then we had an 8-person spa with a cover on it that had foam in there, so it was like a thermos, hermetically sealed. And to the left that's where our equipment. And the closer you have it, the more efficient it is. So I built this cabinet, soundproof. You couldn't hear the only thing you hear was the blower with the bubbles, but it was quiet. I mean, the bubbles made all the noise, not the blower. And of course, at 4 o'clock it went on. So when Connie came home, just get into 102 degree spa. It was always on. It was always on. I mean, she was always used it too. So now to the far left rear, my mother took a picture. We were playing croquet. I mean, we could have been hair models. And so all those fruit trees, and I said they have to go. So they're all gone. I saved like 4 or 5 over by the dog yard. But these are all evergreens, you know. There's flumes. See where the red curved bricks are? 2 flumes there. That came from the solar as well. I mean, it's a little hot water and had speakers there and had plugs, and it was pretty cool. Then here's 2 of the 3 waterfalls, and then here's the other. Here's 2 of the 3. That waterfall was magic. You wanna get rid of stress? Fall asleep in a heartbeat. There you go. And then you had to coil that up, and then I'd carry it over to the dog yard, or just leave it there, if I'm just swimming. And then here's the dog yard, and you'll see those 2 tubes, those white tubes going up. That goes through the filter, then it goes up on the roof. I had solar up there, and it was never heated it. We went on a 3-week vacation, came back, and the pool was 102 degrees. And here's my little baby, Shadow, yeah. And the reason I called her Shadow is Karma is a black dog too. You'll see in a second. And the first morning I came out to the patio looking for Shadow. I couldn't see the dog. I was looking all over. Then I looked down, and there she was cuddled up with Karma. And I couldn't see Karma. I mean, I couldn't see Shadow. Of course, she was like a little bitty doggy, maybe a pound or 2. You know, nothing. Little dog. That's why I called her Shadow, because I couldn't see her. She was in Karma's shadow. So that's my house. That's my 50-foot pool, my cars, my startup businesses, you know. So hope you enjoy it. I know I did. I can't wait till the next adventure. I wonder what that's going to be. I don't know. Stay tuned.